Yo, what's up everybody? It is your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, back with another video. And today I'm gonna be taking a look at the FreakShow Industries Backmask. I reached out to FreakShow Industries, tried out their plugin, told them how much I loved it, told them I would love to do a review of it, sent me a review copy so I can show off this amazing plugin that I think is really dope. I've seen a lot of other videos out there on the internet, not many, but the ones that do show off FreakShow, show off Backmask don't really go into detail about it or really explain what it really does. So I'm gonna here hopefully give you guys a better idea of what this plugin is and what it's capable of and why it's gonna be a new tool in my production. So yeah, so first of all, I want to say definitely check out their website of freakshowindustries.com. I'll put a link in the description below. They had the most unique, interesting, craziest website there. It's got a nice conspiracy theory type of vibe going to it. I like that. Even with the plugin, as you can see, it's got, you know, Illuminati symbols and all this kind of crazy stuff and these weird subliminal messages stuff. I mean, they're a really interesting company, and you can tell they're having fun with this and they're just enjoying what they do. And I can't wait to see what else they got in the future for us. But yeah, check them out. It's fun, it's crazy, you know, dope, very creative. You don't see a lot of companies out there like that. So what is FreakShow's Backmask? Basically, it is a reversal kind of time warping plugin. That's the best I think. It basically can do like stutters and reverses and some weird kind of ambient spooky type of weird randomized effects. It's hard to explain, but I'm gonna play you what it is. So I'm using the Steinberg's Halion Sonic 3. I'm trying it out right now, trying to look for an alternative to Omnisphere. So I'll do a video about this plugin once I get some more time with it, but I'm gonna be using this to generate sounds and I'm gonna be using Backmask to affect it. So this is the little riff I made with the piano. Make something kind of creepy so we can really affect it. So let's go ahead and turn on Backmask and start hearing what it can do. So now as you can tell, it is kind of it's basically looping back. One of the parameters is definitely looping back, and it's kind of giving it kind of a delayed, kind of sweeping reversal effect. You know, so doing a bunch of different things and very simple, easy knobs and buttons. But one thing a lot of people don't show when they show this is if you click this question mark right here, it will actually show you what each individual part do. So most people just kind of be like, well, you click this and this does this and you just turn this and yeah. But if you click this little icon right here, it actually tell you exactly what's going on. So there's 3 different modes and there's 3 different triggering types. And then you have the mix wet knob, the level, you have time alignment, you have the size, of course, and you have a hold button, which is pretty cool. So the trigger modes, as you see, you got milliseconds. So you have the first one is trigger in milliseconds. And it'll tell you right there, basically trigger the note by milliseconds. You can see at the bottom, you change it by milliseconds, and you see the maximum size. You know, you can go from 500, the maximum is 500 milliseconds. So it goes from 500 all the way down to 20 milliseconds. And you got 1 second and you got 2 seconds. So you have a pretty wide variety of, you know, ranges to do with this plugin when you do the trigger by milliseconds. Then you have trigger by note value, which I like using this way because it syncs it to your tempo of your beat. So if you're trying to do some tempo sync type of stuff, then this is probably the way to go all the way up to, you know, 1/16 triplets all the way to 1 bar. So you have, you know, some crazy stuff right there. And yeah, that's pretty much that right there. Then you have trigger by level, which basically you can depending on the signal of the plugin, you can determine when it actually triggers, and it triggers that part, and then you can trigger it by milliseconds. So, you know, there's 3 different flavors of triggering the effect. And like I said, my favorite is trigger by note value, but like I said, definitely experiment with the milliseconds so you get some maybe off tempo type of stuff, really good. Or the level, you want like a certain note to trigger the effect. So if you want to do that, you can do that, and you have the trigger level, which you can and only access when you do the trigger by level, and you can set it to when it's going to trigger the actual sound. Then you got the 3 different type of algorithm, I would say. So the first one is the reversal effect, which means it reverse everything all at once. It just constantly reverse it. Pretty cool. It's very, you know, noticeable. So if I play that, I'm going to set my trigger by value 1/4. So you hear it's trigger, it's constantly just triggering every time. So every 4 beats it's triggering, it's always reversing the sound. So that's the first one up there. Is if you want it always to reverse, there you go right there. Next, you have reverse alternate, which basically it's kind of alternating between the first bar, the second bar. It's kind of alternating. You say, for example, if you set to 4 notes, then every 4th note will be reversed, and millions of people on Earth will have access to clean drinking water. So it's alternating between it, which I like that kind of sound because it gives you a clean signal, then it gives the reverse signal. So if I play it. So you get the first clean signal, then it reverses right after it. So, like I said, you can definitely adjust it to make it go faster, more or less. So that's kind of a cool effect if you want that right there. Then you have the randomized mode, which is it's random. It does what it wants to. It reverses when it feels like it needs to. So I mean, you can just go ham with it. So if you do that, so if you want a more moving type feel where it kind of evolving and kind of changing all the time, definitely do the randomized reverse because it just kind of goes all over the damn place and this is crazy. Then you have time alignment, which be careful because it will add latency to the signal, but it'll try to align the signal and it's weird. Like even it says we know how much you guys like latency, so they add this mode to give more latency into the future. So it's like I said, the explanation is weird, but if I play it, you'll see that it's gonna be kind of off but on in a sense. So here it is without it. Now I'm gonna add it in there. So if you want to add latency to it and give it kind of a very loose effect and very kind of swingy type of feel, you can do the time alignment to add some latency to it and be crazy. And then you got the hold mode, which when you do that, you can hit the trigger by holding it and it'll hold it. And if you press shift, it actually hold it. So you click and shift, it actually hold the position. So we play it. Very good for some outro type stuff with vocals. You can have it just kind of telling out and then you can fade it out and get some crazy effects. So yeah, that's pretty much all the parameters. Now, like I said, it's just really just experimenting with it and doing some crazy stuff. So I'm just going to start messing the sound up. Also, you got these cool little kind of conspiracy theory, propaganda type subliminal messages thing over there. And it changes depending on what you have. And it's fun. It's a fun plugin. So I'm just gonna start messing around with it without using the helper. Just gonna start dialing some sound. So. As you see, it's just a great plugin. I mean, it's definitely one I'm using a lot now because it just has a very unique sound. And like I said, couple it with something like Gross Beats, you get some dope ass stuff. So. So you're trying to create that trap, ambient, weird sounding effects. This is definitely the plugin to use. I haven't used it on vocals yet, but I probably will in the future and show you guys what you can do with it. So there it is right there, the Freak Show Industries Backmask. Go check it out right now. You get a 15-day trial on their website. Put the link in the description below. Also, like I said, it's a cheap plugin too. It's only 20 bucks. So I mean, if you don't have 20 bucks, put aside, you can get that burrito, that burger, that food, or whatever, gas in your car. Get this plugin, man. It's definitely a dope plugin. You won't be disappointed. I like it. shout out to the guys at FreakShow Industries for allowing me to do this review, and shout out to you guys who actually asked for me to actually go in depth with this plugin so you can actually use it the correct way and not just somebody just messing around with it saying it does this and this does that. You know, I just want to help you guys out with that. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoy. Like always, y'all know who it is, your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different. Not motivated by money, but the like, comment, subscribe, and views. Hope you guys enjoy. Go pick this up and go ahead and get your stuff sounding creepy, crazy, and you know, conspiracy, all that goodness. All right, y'all, have a good one.